Hi, I'm Jill with the West Regional Branch of the Mobile Public Library, and I am here in my own kitchen, and today I'm going to make my current favorite tea, which is Thai tea. And now this is the American Thai restaurant style Thai tea, because the authentic, Thailand style Thai tea, and now I've never been to Thailand, so I'm just getting this from my personal research, but as I understand it, it is sort of like street food. You get it from like a vendor, like a cart vendor, and they make each cup fresh. So they brew it hot, fresh, and then they ice it, and they sweeten it with condensed milk. But when you get Thai tea in a American restaurant, what they typically do is they brew like a whole pitcher of tea at a time, and then they top it with half and half or heavy cream. I personally top mine with heavy cream. I just, it gets it a little creamier without taking as much real estate in the glass, which makes the tea part a little bit stronger. But both the Thai version and the restaurant version, they use the same tea. I don't still have the rest of the package because it actually comes in a plastic bag without any kind of zip top or any way to reseal it. So I transferred it to, a plastic storage container. And this is actually a pretty inexpensive sort of tea. I think it was maybe $10 for a pound, which is pretty reasonable for like a loose leaf tea. Now the Thai tea, what it is it's a black tea base with Thai spices, cardamom, nutmeg, cinnamon. I'm not sure what all. Star anise I think is also in there, but anyway, it's an assortment of spices with black tea, and then they also add red food coloring to it, which is what makes your tea that kind of pretty red orange color. This particular tea I actually had I ordered it imported from Thailand, so this is the real Thai tea that they make in Thailand. It's always got red food dye. It's traditional because, like I said, it's not a fancy tea with a long tradition behind it. It's street food, kind of like hot dogs or pretzels are. But it is very tasty. So let me get on with the brewing. First off, I'm going to put in my sugar into my iced tea pitcher. You don't have to use one of these. Use whatever you have. And now I usually do like 2/3 cup sugar for most teas, but Thai tea is very much like a dessert, more so than a beverage. So I put a lot of sugar, a full cup instead of 2/3 cup. Okay, so I got my cup of sugar in there, and I have already boiled my water. On the stove. Okay, I'll just stir this up. Make sure all that. Okay, and now I'm going to put half a cup of these tea leaves in my basket. And I've made a little bit of a mess, but it will all vacuum up. And then I'm going to put this into brew. Now for this particular tea, even though it is a black tea, and I don't typically let a black tea steep for more than 5 or 6 minutes, This particular one, I usually let it steep for half an hour. And that is because a normal black tea will get bitter after that amount of time. And now the black tea in this, I'm sure, is releasing tannins just like any other black tea. But the amount of sugar I put in here kind of offsets that bitterness. And also, if I brewed it for less time, all of the spices wouldn't infuse as much flavor into the tea. So I find that steeping it for a longer period of time actually gives me a better final product. So I am going to let this sit for at least half an hour, and then we'll be back, and I'm going to show you how to prepare a glass of Thai tea. Okay, I'm back, and at this point this has been steeping for 40-45 minutes. I've said, not to steep black tea too long, but at a certain point, it's released as many tannins as it's ever going to release. So for this particular one, if you're doing it for half an hour, if it goes longer than that, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. So I just went and checked some email and stuff, and now I am back and ready to try this out. So first thing I'm going to do is take out these leaves, and this is again one of these ones you want to be careful with because it may stain, because it does have red food coloring in it. And it does have this sort of nice orangey color to the tea, which is just, caused by the food coloring. Just use this cup so I don't drip on the counter too much. And I'll put some ice in here. And this ice is stuck to the bottom of my... Get some more. And I had to get some water to fill it up the rest of the way. Okay. Give this a shake, pull it off. And I'll pour myself a cup. Yes, I'm going to get my heavy cream out of the fridge so I can top this off. Nice, pretty, swirly beverage. That is just perfect. It's just like you would get in a Thai restaurant, where they want to charge you $3-4 a piece. The entire package of leaves, which made maybe 8 pitchers of tea, was about $10, plus the cost of some heavy whipping cream. Okay, and now also inspired by the traditional Thai method of making this with condensed milk, I bought some condensed milk and I'm going to give it a shot. Now this is not exactly how they make it, because I put all of the sugar in this because I was just planning to put on regular milk instead of sweetened milk. This may come out a little too sweet, so I am just going to have a little taste and see what I think about it. smells pretty good too. It's got a different, definitely a different flavor than the type made with just like half and half or heavy cream. But it's not, you know, it's not bad. I think if I were going to make it with condensed milk, I'd put less sugar in the pitcher of tea. But actually, I think I prefer the flavor of just the half and half. This has got kind of a caramel note to it, which isn't bad, but it's not what I'm used to. But I don't know, it's starting to grow on me. Anyway, if you like Thai tea, I highly recommend brewing some yourself because, you know, it's very simple. You saw me do it. You know, you just put tea in water and add some sugar, and you can buy the authentic, original Thai tea mix from various shops. I got mine from Amazon, but I have, you know, when I was Googling for it, there's various places that sell it. So you can buy a bag of your own and make yourself a pitcher and save a lot of money over what it costs to buy it in a restaurant. Anyway, leave me a comment down below if you are a Thai tea fan, or let me know what else you would like me to brew. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.